What's up guys, leftstickrightstick here again, and we're doing a little coverage of everything Dreams in E3. Dreams was at E3, maybe not to the level that some people really wanted. We at least had confirmation that beta will be in 2018, so not necessarily a full release, but the beta will be there. That may not please some people, but to be honest, I am quite happy with that. They also didn't really feature much in the main E3 presentation. They were just featured in sort of short interlude clips, which I quite enjoyed myself, to be honest. Later on, they had a live music performance, which was amazing. We'll go into that in a bit more detail a bit later. That was really, really cool. Showed off a variety of levels. They sort of showed off the dream surfing ability. They did some more create. We ventured a bit further away from the usual foresty area and the lava stuff. We ventured slightly away from that during E3, and they actually supposedly have now banned using lava in their new sort of creations now. So hopefully that's a good thing, but they sort of implied that it's Sony's fault that they're only showing the same stuff again and again. I feel like in Dreams at E3, their main objective, as it were, was to show the variety, sort of start showing the variety of Dreams and sort of what it can be used for. Like I said, they had that live music performance, sort of the combination of showing those short interlude clips and having that live music performance, I thought was quite significant. What was really cool about the live performance was that on screen you could actually see them creating the music in the freeform mode using the imp and that panel, and you could see the actual characters moving along actually playing the instruments, as well as hearing all that sound. And the whole screen, compared to, you could see them on stage using controllers to make all that music. So that was actually really, really impressive, and in my opinion, stole the show at the end. It just sort of shows, even though we can use Dreams to do basically prepare and make and perform a live music band performance in the way that they did, we can also just actually do short little clips as well, using the exact same things. So that's sort of what I thought was the significance of it. They didn't quite, outright say it, but that's what I took from their performances. What they also mentioned, they sort of likened Dreams to being like YouTube for games in some ways. How people enjoy YouTube aren't just YouTubers, the people who code to consume and watch videos like this one. They're hoping like Dreams went before. People can consume games on Dreams as well as create them themselves. So Dreams is like YouTube but for games, which is actually, I think, is quite true, to be honest. Hopefully we'll get to see loads of people creating and loads of amazing levels. We can already see the variety of different creations from the interlude and the concert, and then you can also, you can make movies and stuff, and then you can make games, and like the whole dream surfing element, they should have showed lots of different levels created by the team. During dream surfing as well, you surf through different criteria, as well as just random different levels every time. Things that they showed off more, which I'm really glad they did, because I really wanted to see more of the short clips that we saw in their trailers. More of those levels, which we did actually during E3. There was more of Please Hug Me, levels like the Moon Raider. There's one called I Was Awake, which is the dark one. And then there's Hammer Time, which is a multiplayer level. So I know some people have been complaining online about lack of multiplayer. It is not online multiplayer, but it doesn't mean that there is no multiplayer. And I thought it was quite important that they showed this Hammer Time level, just to show that you can still have multiplayer in Dreams, although just at the moment it's not online capable, which I feel it's not too important right now. It's better to get more content out there that will work, and that that will actually be able to be experienced the way the creators want them to, rather than having a little broken mess in terms of not being able to connect to other people, or like the connections really bad and whatnot. So I think that's fine. Although one complaint I sort of have regarding dream surfing that I got was that transitions don't seem to be as smooth as maybe some of the transitions we've seen before, as well as just not actually being appropriate, because like they had transition over to like Comic Sans. Honestly, I personally didn't like the way it's transitioned in there, but I guess it'll be too hard for them to put multiple different transitions applying to how the level works out, but that's just the nature of it. Some transition quite smooth, and sometimes there's a little delay, and a little wait really isn't all that bad of a thing. They also had a few new features that were showed during E3. Creating was mostly the same or similar sort of stuff. They did have one section which was not live streamed at all. It was quite annoying, to be honest, but they did have Francis, a new level. I think it was created by John B. It was more deserty and more rocky. There was a lot less lava, which is nice, a lot less trees. They had some enemies there, but the rocks were quite similar, so it's not quite all too different, reiterating this whole variety of possibilities in Dreams. During the whole create element, they sort of tried to emphasize how seamless creation and playing is, and how that sort of helps the actual creative process. Basically, you can just go from creating one bit and just instantly go test it out by playing it without having much of a load time. It's all in one area. You don't need to go out into different menus, go back into another mode to do it, emphasizing how easy stuff is within Dreams. To put it in perspective, they actually brushed off how they made some animations from anything they created in a few seconds, and they were saying how normally for a normal, a skilled animator using professional tools nowadays to make that animation using keyframes and whatnot, it would take them about 30 minutes, and they just did it in a few seconds. Real game changer, an affordable way for anyone and everyone to get into game development, which is very true. How revolutionary Dreams is. They also showed off something new logic element with sort of the health modifier and the place time to the end to get damage down. I mean, that's quite self-explanatory really, but it's a nice new piece that we haven't properly seen before. Like with LBP, we're gonna still stick with bubbles. It seems there's still gonna be bubbles in Dreams. The bubbles do look a bit better than they do as they did in LBP. And then they were also saying that we can import audio from their indreams.me website, which I'm hoping is going to be similar to lbp.me in terms of its function. So you can go on there, you can probably queue things up. Hopefully, at the moment, all we know is that it imports audio from like WAV files or whatnot, import that straight into Dreams through that website. Hopefully, indreams.me will let us browse through all the creations in the community, both the music stuff and the actual levels and whatnot. It also lets us queue them up, hopefully, and sort of follow and just see like lbp.me is sort of like the place outside of the actual game and we explore the Dreamiverse. Speaking of the Dreamiverse, they actually, they spent a bit more time actually going through the actual selecting of creations, and what I really do hope is that the filters, I mean, it looks very nice and all, and the search function is perfectly usable and actually user friendly. It's just that hopefully the filters work much better than they did in LVP. Again, everything's a lot more comparison to LVP, but I just want to sort of see improvements there. Sort of filters, I really hope it'll be easier to search for stuff within Dreams as well as maybe on indreams.me. In terms of actually, putting your stuff out there, when you create something within the level, when you create a music piece in there, you can just share that directly within that create mode itself. You don't actually have to finish the rest of the level, save it, offer it as like a sort of prize bubble. You can if you want. You can sort of hide things away from the Dreamiverse and make it only available as a prize bubble for other creators to collect. But basically, you can just create stuff within the create mode, sort of send it and save it out other players to sort of use or experience without having to actually properly finish off a level or a whole level, which I think is actually really helpful and really great. It sort of means that you can actually do things a lot more simply. You don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff, properly finish off everything before I can send it out to people. You can just do one section, save it, and push it on. Those are pretty much a summary of everything that we learned at Dreams E3. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the E3 presentations of Dreams and what we found out during then. Hopefully we will be having a beta soon. I think it's going to be probably near the end of the year where we have the beta. And so stick around to Left Stick Right Stick. We'll be covering any new news from Dreams we have in the meantime. I hope you enjoyed this video. You click that like button below and subscribe to Left Stick Right Stick. Become a subscriber. So stay tuned for more Dreams and LVP content. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.